Hello. All right, we're going to try this again. This is your math WAC for this go around. You're going to have until Friday morning to complete it. So this week, we're going to be using our knowledge of addition and multiplication so that we can find the perimeter of a shape. We know we've got it if we can solve real world problems using addition and multiplication. So that's a WAC, totally. WAC stands for Writing Across the Curriculum. You will be given a prompt or question about each core subject, ELA, math, science, social studies, and asked to write about it. Because the primary focus is the content, you will not be graded on your spelling or grammar in the beginning. Guess what? It's the end of the year. But as the year goes on, you have, be nice if Miss Smith could read, right? And you have answered more WAC prompts, those will be graded. So now we're at the end of the year, you will be graded on your spelling and grammar. So, yay, pay close attention to those. So I'm an ace at WAC. By the end of the year, you will become an ace when it comes to responding to WAC prompts. An ace is someone who excels at a particular activity. So how do you become a WAC ace? Follow these simple steps. A, answer the question. C, compute and check the answer. Show your work by drawing or modeling your answer. And E, explain your thinking and how you got the answer. Yay. So here we go. I'm an ace at perimeter, finding the perimeter or area. If we think back to our learn, know, grow, we're looking for the perimeter. And our I can statement is I can solve real world problems about perimeter and explain how I got my answer using numbers and words. Ms. Smith, read. So perimeter is the distance around the outside edge of a shape. If we look at our image right here, perimeter is that distance around the outside edge. Our friend Ponzi is the border, yes. And the area is, so right here, it's the fence, and the area is the inside. So our fence is holding in our grass. Love this image. So perimeter distance around the outside edge of a shape. Think about the rim of a glass also. Perimeter also has the word rim in it. Perimeter is measured in units of length like inches, feet, yards, meters. Perimeter formulas are perimeter equals side plus side plus side plus side, or what's missing that? Sorry. However many sides. For this one, it would be side, 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 side. Or if you were really fancy and wanted to multiply, it would be perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Area is the amount of space that fills the inside of a shape. And a great reminder for area is a rug covering the floor. Area is measured in square units, for example, feet squared. Area formulas are area equals length times width. So we're going to work through one together. Like, how do we get this? That's what I mean. We're going to work through it together, and then you're going to have that prompt again. So Sean built a fence around his rectangular garden. The perimeter is 26 feet, and the width is 8 feet. He determined the length of the garden is also 8 feet. Is Sean correct? Write a response that answers the following question. Did Sean identify the missing length correctly? Yes or no? Explain why you agree or disagree with the fence's missing length, that the fence's missing length should be 8 feet. Try to include as many of the following math key vocabulary words in your response as possible. Rectangle, side, length, width, and perimeter. So that is the prompt we're going to kind of work through. And then, like I said, at the end, you're going to have that same prompt that you are going to solve again. So what are some things we know? We know that he built a fence around a rectangular garden. So we know the shape of the fence, or the shape of the garden is a rectangle shape. So we know that the perimeter is 26 feet. The width is 8 feet. So those are like the givens. And he's kind of guessing. Like he's like, I'm pretty sure it's 8. The length, how tall it is, you know what I mean, is 8 feet. We're not 100% sure, but we're definite, we're solid on the width being 8 feet. So since we know it's a rectangle shape, and we can start with that. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. And I am really happy that you guys are here because you know, Miss Smith is not the best artist in the world. So it is a fence around his rectangle garden. Perimeter 8 feet. I did just clear all that off by accident. Kind of think it's 8 feet. Okay. So I'm going to draw this. We know I'm not the best artist. So that's my garden. Isn't it pretty? I will be getting an award for my art one day, I'm sure. So because it's a rectangle, there are some things that we do know about our rectangles. Opposite sides are the same. So the top and the bottom of my rectangle are going to be what? You're right. Yes, they're going to be 8 feet. So I'm going to put 8 and 8. So I'm going to change that. 8 and 8, because it's a garden, we're going to make it green. Since I do know the width for both sides, I'm going to go ahead and add those up. So 8 feet. And since we know we're measuring in feet, I'm going to put those right there. 8 feet plus 8 feet. I'm going to add those up. 8 plus 8. 8 feet plus 8 feet. That equals, yes, 16 feet. Now, I still don't know my length. So I'm going to put a question mark here because that is my unknown right now. We need to find that length. Sean thinks it's 8 feet. It could be. Maybe. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Maybe. So, our total perimeter is 26 feet. What I am going to do is I'm going to take my total perimeter, 26 feet, and subtract my total width, which is 16 feet. So 26 minus 16 feet. 6 minus 6, 0. 2 minus 1, 1. So that leaves me with 10 feet left to play with. All right. So I have 10 feet left. Now, with that 10 feet, I need to use to fill in my width. So I need to put some of that here and some of that here. How can those two pieces, how can that one grouping of 10 feet go into those two links? Well, I know that 10 feet can be broken up into two equal pieces. Those two equal pieces that 10 feet can be broken up into or divided into is 5. So 2 or 10 broken up or divided into two equal pieces is 5. So instead of it being 10, I'm going to divide my 10 into two equal pieces, which is 5. Let's see what color. We're going to do blue. So 5 feet and 5 feet. This looks really wonky. Don't worry, I have another. So now we have 8 feet, 8 feet, 5 feet, and 5 feet. I want to make sure it all equals up to 26 feet. So 8 plus 8, we know that's 16. 5 plus 5, that equals 10. So let me add all that up. 6 plus 0. 6 plus 0. That's 6. Brain hiccup. 1 plus 1, that equals 2. All right. I have 26 feet. So the question was, did Sean identify the missing link correctly? Is the missing link 8 feet? Let's go and look. So here it all is, nice and pretty and neat. And I am going to put, so we did find that missing link. So we broke that 10 feet up into 5 feet and 5 feet. Because we said 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Or we could say it like this, 10 divided by 5 by 2 equals 5. However you want to look at it. Sorry, brain hiccup. All right. So once again, did Sean identify the correct missing link? No. The correct missing link is 5 feet, not 8 feet. So now that we have found our correct answer, Sean did not identify the correct missing link, we need to become an ace at explaining this. So how are we going to become an ace? We need to write this out. We need to teach someone. Did Sean identify the missing link correctly? A, answer the question. No, Sean did not identify the missing link correctly. It is 5 feet. C. Now, C is where we compute, we check our answer, we're going to do all that work, and then we're going to teach everyone. First, I added all my widths together and I got 16. Then I subtracted 16 from the total perimeter to see how much space I had for both lengths, and I got 10. Finally, since it was a rectangle and I needed 2 sides, I broke the 10 in half and I got 5. And then E is where we explain, we show. 8 plus 8 is 16. 26 minus 16 is 10. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. That is how we are going to show that we are an ace with our math WAC. Are there other ways that you can do it? Yes. As long as you are answering the question that they give us, explaining your thought process. When we are explaining our thought process, you are teaching someone. Teaching someone is not a one sentence process. You are breaking it down step by step. Think about like teaching someone how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or chocolate chip cookies. You're not just going to say chocolate chip. You're not just going to say cookies. It's a step by step process. You are teaching someone how you got your answer. You're breaking it down. Do that. So, here's your prompt again. Jimmy's mom planted a vegetable garden in her backyard. She asked Jimmy to build a fence around her garden to protect her vegetables. She asked him to build a rectangular fence with a length of 5 feet and a width of 4 feet. Jimmy followed the steps to determine the perimeter of a rectangle, so he would know how much wood he would need to build the fence. Jimmy determined the perimeter of the fence was 20 feet. Write a response that answers the following questions. Did Jimmy calculate the perimeter correctly? Yes or no? Explain why you agree or disagree that Jimmy's fence's perimeter will be 20 feet. Try to include as many of the following math key vocabulary words in your response as possible. Rectangle, side, length, width, perimeter. I have the ACE thing. If you want to use it, you don't have to. But I do want to see your math on this page. On the next page, though, you have to type your step-by-step your complete answer here. You have to explain your full, how did you get your answer here? Did Jimmy calculate the perimeter correctly? Yes or no? And explain why you said that. How did you do your math? You are teaching me here. All right? That is what you are doing. Now, if you feel that you did everything on Monday and you feel strongly about that, you're standing like, Miss Smith, I stand by my answer on Monday. Remember, it is a test grade. I'll grade your answer and put it in the grade book. But this is your chance to redo it. Okay? Remember, it is a test grade. You stand by Monday's answer, solid like a rock, and I will put that in the grade book. Whatever it is, even if it's one sentence. Remember, minimum of 3. So even if your response is one sentence, minimum of 3, I'll put it in the grade book. Just know you're not getting a good grade. This is your chance to fix it. Go back and fix it. I love you all. See you in class tomorrow. Hasta la pasta. Bye.